Good afternoon, everybody. I had a wonderful time in West Bend. I got to run into some friends that live in Washington, and we went for our breakfast, lunch, whatever, today before I hit the trail. And they were heading up to Door County, and I happened to be here along their way. Incredible time and place. And earlier this morning, coming back from Pick and Save across the street, fella driving in his car, he pulled over, said, "Good morning, everybody," and recognized me from these videos. We were talking. Waka Waka, that's his name, his trail name. Those are so much easier to remember than town names. But Waka Waka, man, happy hiking to you. It's fantastic people you meet. And then old friends to meet here. West Bend, I love it. Happy little trails up and around Eskers and through the valleys, and beautiful, beautiful day for it, man. Loving it. Alright, new segment here, Kewaskum. So we got a slight change of plan. This was going to be my water and up place, but it's a seasonal creek and it doesn't seem to be in season. So I'm going to venture on down, I think 6 miles farther, 6 or 7 miles is a water pump. So that's where I got to head. So I do have water. I got about 1 liter, so I'm not too worried, but disappointing. So I'm going to make a little note on the maps that this isn't really a viable source, and that way other people know. Oh my gosh, thank you, Kit and Matt. I'm walking along here, just nursing this little bit of water I have left, and I saw her outside watering her plants, and it was like, "Oh, excuse me, miss, could you spare a little?" And then they were so kind, and just like we were talking there for probably 5 or 10 minutes. And man, thank you guys so much for the water. I could have made it to the next source, but man, what a difference that makes. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Whew. There it is. Get off this hot road today. There goes the trail, and this way to the DCA. Let's see what we got. In the Otten Reserve, that's just the name of this place. Yeah. It's just a tiny little one, but there's plenty of branches and a flattish spot. I think this will work. So there was a picture of Ray Zilmer and a little plaque for him just in the middle of the woods somewhere, which I thought was kind of funny today. And I think he would appreciate it, just kind of being in the woods. But I realized that he and I not only share like a love of the trail, but also that of great hats. Do you see the hat in that picture? Fantastic. Hey, good morning, everybody. It's beautiful in this little otten preserve here. Stayed the night in the DCA. It's had a peaceful morning. Gonna head out through this field and get on down into the Milwaukee River segment. Goodbye, Otten Preserve. That was beauty. So, there is the tunnel the trail uses. Oh, I just got buzzed by a bird. There's the other one. That one's definitely underwater still. This one just has a puddle on this end. It's about an inch deep, and that's it. And the rest of it is pretty passable, dry. I'll go back down here. I'll show you quick. Gets dry pretty quick. So, definitely it is passable now. Depends how much it rains when you're coming through. If you get right down to it, you can take a look and judge for yourself, but it's definitely passable and safe to do so. So, if it was pouring rain, it might not be. So, I think kind of at your discretion. Otherwise, it's just a quarter mile. I think you just go down, cross at the lights, and then come here. So, not that bad. Web. So the nice thing about the mosquitoes is they kind of come and go in waves. And so if you get rains, kind of based on the rains, I don't know exactly, but if you get rains like every 3 days, real good rains, or 4 days, man, they'll never end. But they kind of come in and wave. I think these last waves here have kind of peaked now because the mosquitoes aren't that bad. Last night it wasn't too bad at all. Definitely they're there, don't get me wrong, but not in the numbers that they were back in, Pike Lake. Whew, that was thick. Low Lake. But got that going for me anyways. It's rather enjoyable here in the woods. All right. Get to cross the Milwaukee River now. There. Just kind of flowing along. Not bad looking. Just come out of the field over there, kind of through the prairie. Hey, here it is. It's the pump. Nicer to get here this morning than to have to hustle all this way. All right, I'm gonna grab a little bit of water and keep on going. So we got a little view up top here. I wonder what we got. Nice. That's pretty nice. I see a water tower way out there. Kind of cool. Gives you an idea of the super lumpiness of the terrain in here. A lot of eskers, cames, all sorts of just all over, up and down. This stretch in the Milwaukee River segment here, it's a little rougher around the edges. The trail is kind of overgrown with tall grasses and a bunch of ticks and stuff, and so it's kind of a little more rugged, I guess. Not so much in terms of the terrain, that's still about the same, this stretch. Actually, all of this part here in the northern Kettle Moraine, beautiful. Just rolling through it, really enjoying it. As far as the trail goes, though, it's just a little thicker, a little more overgrown. Pretty well marked, though. Beautiful little creek. Because I'm in the Kettle Moraine State Forest, this is the northern unit now. There's those shelters again that I've passed by, like 2 of them now today. They're all kind of the same as the one I showed you back in the southern unit. Same sort of setup. And I had tried to reserve one of them in here. I think there's 5 shelters in this stretch. And they were already booked up, and actually the lady kind of laughed at me. She's like, yeah, on the weekends they're always full up. So they're not really for the thru hiker per se. But there's a campground parking lot just back there. I stopped, take a break, was eating a snack, and a guy came up with a pack, and he was hiking in to shelter number 3. And he's gonna spend the night, and then hike out tomorrow. But we were talking. His name is Troy, and he seems like a real nice guy. He already started hiking down there. I went back up, I got a little water from the pump there. But he invited me to stay with him up there at number 3. So I don't know if I will or not, but I'm gonna go up there. I'll pop up there at least and check it out. Maybe I'll stay at one of those CCAs. All right. Hey, everybody. I'm here at shelter number 3 on the northern Kettle Moraine segment. And I was invited up here by this guy. So I'm going to turn this camera around.
My name's Troy Garris. Moved out here to Wisconsin about 18 years ago. Started section hiking little bits of the Ice Age Trail last year. And every other weekend I try to get out. Do an out and back, do a little section piece, and met up with Huck today at a parking lot and said, hey, if you need a crash, got a spot.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. So yeah, we've been talking for a little bit, but you've done a lot of hiking here in the Kettle Moraine segments.
Yeah, north and south. Pretty much been through both of them twice, each direction, back and forth. They're just close to my house, and I'm lazy, so I get out and do a weekend, do an overnight, either by myself or take my dog, and just enjoy what I'm doing.
It sounds a lot smarter than hiking the whole thing. What do you think? Like, what's one of your favorite parts of being out and hiking?
For me, it's getting away from everybody else. Just having time to get inside my own head. Sometimes get out of my own head and just look around, see what I don't see in downtown Milwaukee.
Yeah.